What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 24 of Tigers franchise. We're here near the end of July. We've been through the draft and the All-Star break. We're now approaching the trade deadline, so I figured I'd jump in, kind of give you an idea of what's been going on. There's been ups, there's been downs, so let's talk about it. First, let's get to the draft, which, can I find the draft history easily right now? Since we did, oh, right here, rookie draft log. All right, so our pick is obviously in the late first round. I'm not going to go through the entire first round. In fact, I'm not even really going to get into players that I care that much about their skills. I wanted to share with y'all some fun names because the 2026 draft, for those that don't know, is the first one that is fully computer generated. The other 23, 24, and 25 are populated with real life players, that are in college, that are currently in high school, that are off the Perfect Game website, that are preloaded into the game. That's why you see a lot of real Twitter handles and all that. And some of those guys can trickle into 26, like if they they don't sign and they go to college, then they get redrafted in 26. So I shouldn't say it's fully computer generated. You will see certain guys carry over, but it is the first computer generated one. And with that comes some amazing names and usually a lot of talent, at least projected talent that doesn't always live up to the hype, but the drafts are generally deeper as well. But I got to get into some of these names because the nicknames are amazing. And we're going to start right here at pick 3 with Josh Kavanaugh. Well, what's so funny about that? His nickname is Lick. Lick Kavanaugh. What? Why? I need to know why. Actually, no, I don't. I don't need to know why his nickname is Lick. I don't want to. I'm doing a full 180 on that. I desperately don't want to know why his name is Lick, but it's an amazing name. Solid player, too. 80 gap, 70 home runs, 70 outfield range, big time small ball profile with some speed and bunting. You guys know I'm not big on bunting, but 80 sack bunt, 70 bunt for hit. I like guys bunt for hit. Get on base, bunt for hit. Just don't give up free outs. Also, I am wearing my Shohei Ohtani jersey. I know that this is a Tigers sim. We don't have Ohtani, but all the Ohtani news is swirling right now. Was he going to Toronto? It looked like he was. People were reporting that he was. Pull back, maybe not yet. So everything's been crazy today on this Friday afternoon as we await what we think is going to be a decision, but we have no idea right now, and so we'll see what's going on with that. We also got Shar back in after a few episodes off. She's being held against her will. She did want to go back into Jen's office and see what Jen and Henry were doing, but I made her stay with me. The worst part is, too, I brought her in, I closed the doors. I was like, okay, we're going to start recording. That was right when the Ohtani to Toronto news was breaking. So then I'm sitting there like, well, maybe I shouldn't start doing like an hour-long video before this. I got to see what's going on. So I'm sitting here waiting, going through a few more things with the end of the All-Star break into the beginning of the second half. And I'm like, hello. Finally, I just said, you know what? I got MLB Network here on my iPad. I'm sure people will text me if things pop off. I want to get started. So here we are now recording. Anyway, Josh Lick Kavanaugh. By the way, these kind of get better as we go. So if you're not impressed by Lick Kavanaugh, that's fine. Maybe Ron Deranged Wizard with a Y. Now, I'm not a big Harry Potter head. In fact, I've never seen any of it. I don't say that to sound cool or anything. I like that. I want people to love what they love and all that. I'm not hating on people for something that I don't really care about. I'm a nerd about so many different things. But I'm fairly certain that there's a guy named Ron in the Harry Potter world. His name is Ron Weasley, which is an amazing name. Seems kind of rude. But anyway, is this a reference to him? Was Ron a deranged wizard? Was he not as good as Harry Potter? Because Ron deranged wizard. And the Y. I think the Y in wizard instead of the I takes this one to another level. So that's who who drafted him? The Royals got him. Ooh, so we could be seeing Ron Wizard in division. That's fun. Or deranged wizard, I should say. 75 home run, 75 contact, high work ethic and intelligence, 70 catcher ability. Not only is it an amazing name, but a fantastic pick. So good job, KC. Then right after that, the Boston Red Sox took Doug Cloud, which on its face is a pretty decent name. It's like, it's not super funny, but it's like Doug Cloud. That's great. But his nickname's Swami. So he's Swami Cloud. That adds another level to it. So maybe these aren't going particularly in order because I do prefer deranged wizards. So if I'm ranking these in ascending order of being funny to me or creative, Lick, Swami, deranged. And then, I'm a child. I see ass. I see bump ass here. Chris Bump Ass. Come on. That's just funny. He doesn't even have a nickname. He doesn't need one. And I respect that the game knew that, right? They're like, we're putting Bump Ass as the last name. We don't really need to come with a nickname at that point. The Bump Ass is kind of doing that work. So, that works for me at pick 6. 95 contact, 75 home run. Y'all know I don't usually want to take a first base only prospect in the top 10 because they're already at the end of the defensive spectrum. But when the offense could be this good, I might have considered it. We were nowhere near the top 10, so we don't have to worry about that. But that's a hell of a bat. And then the last one here. And look, we've had some amazing names across my many sims, and one of the names that gets, I would say at this point, a bit overused by the game because I've seen it multiple times in my sims. I saw one that is in PF Holden's Tiger sim. He has a guy with this name. The name's Sincere, which is a real name. I mean, anything can be a real name if you call somebody that. But I believe there was it a UTSA running back? University of Texas, San Antonio. That's where my brother went. UTSA running back. I think his name was Sincere. Like Sincere McCormick or something. Sincere McCormick. So that name has been kind of in the sports ether recently. He played as recently as a couple years ago, I believe. He might still be there. I don't know. I remember seeing him in the College Football Reloaded. Oh, he's a Las Vegas Raider. He's with them. I don't know if he's on the practice squad or what. Actually, it looks like he is on the practice squad. So yeah, Sincere McCormick is out there. So I see how that name kind of gets into the ether there. We had a guy in one of my sims, Sincere Knuckles. That was the first time I saw it in the game with an amazing last name. Sincere Divorce is in PF Holden's Tigers franchise. When you really think you need to end the marriage, you get a sincere divorce. And then if you just feel really heartfelt about, shooting out some snot from your nose, you have to do a sincere sneeze. But then the capper is that his nickname is Bailey J. So Sincere Bailey J Sneeze is the most amazing name I've ever seen. And this guy's a 6-pitch wizard over here. Wizard with a Y, obviously. 75 stuff, 65 movement, 50 control, 55 stamp. Now, dog shit personality class. Low adaptability, work ethic, and intelligence. That's tough. But I tell you what, if we had been at pick 15 and Sincere Sneeze is there, there's no way we're not taking him. There's no way. Durable already, too. So I think we need to put Sincere Sneeze on at least the default list. And I think Ron Wizard. I want to keep tabs on Ron Wizard. And Bump Ass because I'm a child. Ooh, is Colt Cross? Should we make it canon that he's related to Gavin Cross? I mean, he might be in real life. This could be one of the real life ones that snuck over. I don't know. Now, I don't see a Twitter handle for Colt Cross. So maybe not. He's from Texas. Gavin Cross is from Tennessee. So probably not. And Cross is not like some sort of super unique last name that they have to be related, but we're going to go off of that in our world that they're related, playing for different organizations. Colt went to Miami at pick 7. So those were the funny names early in the draft. Who did we take in the first round? We took Tim Marchant, who is a solid hitter, plays the 4 corners, first, third, left, right. Big time power, 70 power, 65 contact, 60 gap, 55 high, 50 avoid K. Excellent personality class with everything you would want. High loyalty, adaptability, work ethic, intelligence, low financial ambition. This could be a dude, cornerstone on our team for a long time to come if things pan out. Should be able to play third, but if not, try him out in a corner outfield, and then worst case, over the years, if he's not quite developing, but defensively, but the bat is, then we put him at first. I'm actually fine with that. So I thought he was a nice pick there. I will say, and maybe, I wasn't just drafting off of our present need. You never do that in baseball, right? You can do that in football and basketball because those guys come from college and they're often expected to contribute immediately, particularly your early round picks in football and your first round pick in basketball. But you don't draft for major league need in the MLB draft. So I wasn't exactly doing this because we need OBP, but I did notice that there weren't many guys with a great eye, at least after the first 12, 15 picks. As we got into our pick, and then even in the later rounds, there weren't even guys with only eye, where they have a 60 eye, but nothing else is really there. There just wasn't much above 55. So with Marchand, to even get a 55 eye with the power profile, I felt was pretty nice. So that worked for me. And then from there, I guess we can go to our history, click to our draft, and then get into it more specifically. I'm only going to go over the first 5 or 6 picks. There's nothing. It wasn't that deep of a draft to where I feel like, I got to show you all this 12th rounder. I think I did all 20 rounds. Yeah, I drafted Luis Ramirez. Yeah, I did all 20 rounds. It's one of those things where I was like, I'm only going to do 12. And I was like, no, I'll do 15. And I just kept going. So it's fine. Second round was Pete King. 5 pitch guy. With 60 potential stuff, 80 potential movement, 70 potential control, 45 stamina, extreme ground ball, throws 93, 95 at age 18, high work ethic and intelligence, has a 25 out of 70 changeup. So you're always nervous about those developing, but has enough pitches to cover if the changeup doesn't come to fruition. So that's why I felt comfortable taking Pete King here. Meal ticket. Old meal ticket King, my fave. Then we went with Yasuzu Shimizu out of Japan. Now, why is he draft eligible if he's coming from Japan? How's that work? I'm not entirely sure. And then was he born in China? Chiba, China? That's interesting. Okay. Well, I didn't even notice that when I took him. I recognized the name, but I figured that he was still from the States because I don't understand why he'd be part of the draft as opposed to being posted. But either way, we went ahead and got him. Center fielder out of China, by way of Japan, it seems. 75 contact, 70 gap, 70 avoid K. So you get the vibe of that type of player. 65 outfield range, selling him short. Low leader and intelligence, not the end of the world on that. We can, especially the leader part. I've said that a million times, we don't need everyone to be a leader. So I barely even care about that. The low intelligence could be a bummer and maybe make the development piece a little bit tougher, but all in all, not too worried about it. Only a 45 eye, that's a little tough, but if everything else comes to fruition, you have Shimizu slapping the ball around, tracking things down in center field, could be a nice little player. I say little. 6'1", 170, not really little. You know what I mean, though, by that. And then we have, what's this, Bryce? Bobby Hummer. Nothing overly special here. 17-year-old out of Indiana with 75 gap potential and 60 outfield range. I just saw 2 kind of carrying skills and I said, I will take a shot. There wasn't a whole lot there that really jumped out to me, and I like the 60 range in the outfield. Some of the outfield range was drying up, so I took the shot with Bobby Hummer. Then we went and got Phil Lowe, big time power catcher with 65 home run potential, only 55 ability. The high catcher abilities, there were not many. They were not terribly plentiful. So I decided to get one there late. There were some of those early ones that were kind of the, well put together prospects going in the top 20 or so. But then as it got to our pick and beyond the first round, there were a few 60s lingering, but they didn't have many offensive skills. I don't even think there was a single 65 plus that I saw for catcher ability. So I'll take the big power with a 55. Maybe we can add the extra 5 catcher ability, or, we figure it out and trade him down the line. I don't know. We don't have to be too set on where he's going to play at this point. If the bat develops, we'll figure it out. Then we got Josh Ayers, a decent little pitcher out of New Hampshire, 50-50-45 with 55 stamina, high adaptability and work ethic, 5 pitches, 3 of which are already at 40 grade, which I really like. It's a 20 out of 60 change, but again, even if it doesn't develop, he's got a 40 out of 50 splitter already. Splitters and changes are relatively similar. You had to do that? You really did? She's over here on this blanket again. The blanket that I can't, I don't have a way to get a camera over there to show her. I swear she does it to troll me, y'all. Anyone who knows Char knows that she is capable of trolling. Most of y'all are thinking, okay, yeah, I'm sure your little dog trolls you. Okay, like she's really that, has that many detailed thoughts that she trolls you. Mm-mm. If you met her, you'd know. She's a sassy little bitch, and I think she's trolling me. She's like, you've kept me in this room for how long? You want me to be on your little video? Okay, well, you get 10 minutes of me on the video, and then I'm going to go here on the blanket. Unbelievable. All right, from there, we went to the 7th round where we took Tommy Ebner. He's more of a finesse control pitcher, 40 stuff, 65 movement, 70 control, but high work ethic and adaptability. The pitches aren't great. That's why the stuff is low. But if that movement and control develop, we can work around the lack of stuff. Get him with a good defense, and everything should be all right there. Then we took Jesus Coronado, who is a slap hitter to the extreme, has 20 power potential and 20 power presently. So he's already reached that. But he's a durable guy with 85 avoid K, 65 gap, 55 contact, a bunch of doubles and triples maybe. High adaptability and work ethic, 60 infield range. Just has some decent raw skills that maybe we can mold into something. Then in the 9th round, we took Stefan Edgerson. 70 gap, 60 avoid K, 65 outfield range with high work ethic, solid speed profile. Although, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true, because if your speed is higher than your stealing, that's dangerous. Now, it's not terribly intuitive, but those of you that don't know the speed profile, exactly what they mean, let me put you on a little bit. Speed is basically your intent to run, how often you're trying to steal bases. And then stealing is how successful you are. So you don't want your speed to be higher than your stealing, because then you're going to be going a lot and you're not going to be terribly successful. And then your base running is like first to third, second to home, beating out infield hits, things like that. So that's a little bit separate from the stolen base realm. But if your speed is 15 points higher than your stealing, it could be a really, really ugly stolen base rate. So we got to be keeping a close eye on Edgerson there, not letting him run too wild. And then our 10th pick is Jeremy Sears, who is almost certainly a reliever, 55, 45, 50 with 3 pitches, but it's a 25 out of 35 changeup. So even if it does develop fully, you're still a little sketchy as a potential starter. But I took the shot, high adaptability and work ethic, 18 years old, throws 92, 94, not too bad. I'm shrugging. There's not a whole lot to go off of here. It wasn't some great pick, but we were looking for an arm. Arms were drying up too. In the second half of the draft, arms were tough to come by that didn't just have like multiple flaws. So there. And then, if any of these other second 10 in the draft pop up, then we'll catch up with them down the line. If in a few years we see Danny Horning is really moving up, I'll be like, oh, remember when we took him? I didn't cover him during the episode. Well, actually, I guess now I am, but you get it. You get what I mean. So those are the other 10. So then, All-Star break time. And we got quite a few All-Stars. Sorry, I saw somebody walking out front there. I wasn't sure if they were like coming to the house or not. We got quite a few All-Stars. It was a nice little All-Star break for our team. Actually, you can make the case that it wasn't, because we had so many All-Stars and they all had to go out and play, but whatever. We got a bunch is the point. We got Ronnie Enriquez with his 207 ERA, 105 whip. We got Tariq Skubal with his 305 ERA, 122 whip. We got Elpidio Perez, who's actually about to be back from the IL, with his 165 ERA, 093 whip. Then we got Willie Adames Actually, I skipped Spencer Torkelson with his 28 homers at the break. We did get Willie Adames with 18 homers, 3-win season so far. And Riley Green, 295, 373, 468 slash, a 130 WRC plus, and 2.2 WAR for Riley Green so far. So we got 6 All-Stars. By the way, while I'm remembering, I think we got to call Elpidio right now. DaCosta came up, and he was a nightmare. He was who covered Elpidio, and it did not go well. Did not go well at all. And I think Morion in the stopper role was bad as well. Yeah, back-to-back 3 earned run outings. Sick. So welcome back, Elpidio. We missed you. I almost said we missed you. Well, I don't know why I said it like that. But we did miss him. Actually, I want to keep emergency SP on Gavin Stone because Aaron Ashby is suspended. And it'd be nice if Stone... Well, he can't. Never mind. He won't be available. Actually, you know what? We're going to let Morion do it. So let's put him in there for now. Okay, so I covered the 6 All-Stars. Oh, one of those 6, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Spencer Torkelson. Oh, it doesn't put it in here. I was wondering if it would put it in the history or not. He won the Home Run Derby. That's kind of cool. I don't think I'm sure I have at some point had a player of mine win the Home Run Derby. I can't remember offhand. It certainly doesn't happen a lot. Or frequently enough to where I have one where I can say, oh, I remember this guy from this sim used to win it or compete in it. I don't usually pay attention to it. I check the email, and obviously when our guy's in the title here, I was going to click, and he beat Juan Soto 23-19. So good for him. He's having a hell of a season. So then came the All-Star break. We enjoyed our time off. And then shit hit the fan, y'all. I'll cut to the chase on that one. We got hammered out of the break. We go to Seattle, crushed for 3. We go to Cincinnati, crushed for 3 more. We come home to face Washington after a day off. We lose 2. We salvage 1 to finally break the losing streak. Disastrous run coming out of the break. The only silver lining is that we somehow didn't blow the lead. I mean, I don't even know if that's a silver lining, though. I think we had just a big enough lead that we couldn't really blow it. I mean, we had a 5.5 game lead, so I guess we could have. But Minnesota, they did take advantage, though. They've been quite a bit better than us in the last 10. They're 7-3 to our 1-9. They have drawn. Now, I mean, I guess I lied. We did blow the lead because we're dead even tied with them. What I meant to say is we're not in a deficit yet. Emphasis on yet, though, because we're about to play Minnesota here for a key 3-game set just ahead of the trade deadline. So let's go ahead and do that. They are 52-49. We're 51-48. So that's a tie, even though, the numbers are different there. The win percentages are essentially the same. And the games will be made up, as the rest of the season goes. Hang on, sorry, I'm looking for something here. Actually, wait. No, we will continue. Sorry. I'm getting distracted here. All right, so we're going to do this 3-game set. And then I don't know what I guess I kind of want to see how this goes. Because I don't know what I want to do about the trade deadline, y'all. Actually, you know what? Before we get into Minnesota, again, sorry, I told you I'm all over the map here. This freaking... This Shohei thing just put me in a tizzy today. We need to take a look at how the trade has been going because it's been bad. Derry Carrasco is freezing cold. He has a hot 25 WRC plus since joining the team. And, well, okay, he's been bad. The trade hasn't necessarily been bad other than the fact that we're also losing games. Watanabe has gotten going. Okay. When I just said, oh, it hasn't been that bad, it's because I knew that earlier when I checked, Watanabe had like a 90 WRC plus with them. Looks like he's gone on a bit of a run because that was about a week ago game time wise. Yeah, he had a couple homers in San Diego, had a 3-hit effort. He has hits in 5 of his last 6. So he kind of turned his numbers around there to make it look better. But the reason it's not all bad isn't necessarily just because I thought Watanabe wasn't doing too well, but also because Gavin Stone definitely is. And never mind. That went out the window too. Okay, he got hammered in Cincy. Well, before the Cincinnati series, he had been doing well for us. Okay, well, everything's just blown up. I took these notes and then played a few more games. I probably should have checked to update them. Anyway, the trade's been a disaster. How about that? How about we just go with it? It's been a full-on disaster. I'm obviously not going to judge it off of 10, 20, 15 games, whatever the hell. And the bottom line is, and this is a little bit of copium that I'm huffing here, but it's also how I truly feel, is that even if it doesn't go super well statistically and Carrasco doesn't really perform for us and Watanabe gets back on track with Houston, I still like it for the financial savings. And again, you may be like, okay, you're just coping because you made a bad deal. Maybe, but I don't really think so. I still think having that money and not being potentially stuck with what could have been a pretty negative contract with Watanabe, and we don't know if he's going to get fully out of the hole here with Houston. You know, it's a nice little 26 games, and we'll see what happens. But I was just nervous that with the way he was going on our trajectory, he was going to opt in. We were going to owe him 54 mil and then have to mess with him in 2030 to make sure he doesn't get 550 plate appearances. And it was a hassle I just didn't want to deal with. And despite getting rocked in Cincy, I still love that we got Gavin Stone in that deal. He has a 17% strikeout minus walk. Now, this actually does create another situation that I might entertain, because prior to that Cincinnati series, I had considered moving him to the rotation. And then I did the little, well, don't fix what isn't broken type of thing. He's cooking in the bullpen. Just leave him there. But now that he's ruined his bullpen numbers, right, with a couple bad outings in Cincy, and now we're open to maybe making a move. And I had mentioned that he could have, I was hoping for him to get the spot start for Ashby's suspension. Well, that's not possible because of stamina right now. But I think he's going to take Brant Herter's spot. Brant Herter as a starter hasn't really been working. Tried to limit him to 18 batters faced. I think he's only had the 2 starts, the Minnesota and the Cincinnati starts. Actually, no, because that was before the break. So he only has the 1 start with an 18 batter limit. I could give him more to like really see, but he has a 145 whip. I just, simply put, I just don't think it's working. So we're gonna go with this move. We're gonna put Gavin Stone in the rotation. We're gonna see what that does. He won't pitch for a while. He has 36 stamina right now, or 36 health, whatever, or 36% fatigue would be the right way to say it. So he won't go for a little bit. He won't go in this Minnesota series, but he will get a trip to Cleveland, and we'll see how that goes. Let's do this Miami series here. They've got McClanahan, Cortez, Ober, assuming they're going in order. And that should be it based on their fatigue percentages. And again, they're right there with us, tied neck and neck. Sorry, I have to check my texts to make sure it's not Shohei stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It wasn't. It was not. So they've been doing all right. How's their trajectory been? Okay, they started off pretty bleh. They had a solid May, bleh June, and a good July so far. Okay, well, we've kind of been up and down similarly, right? Bad April, or mediocre April. I mean, 1 game under 500 is whatever. Blistering hot May, meh June, and a disgustingly bad July. Oh, and needless to say, with our losing streak, our OBP is not going up. So, there's that. All right, game 1 against Minnesota. We got to turn things around here, man. This has been a nightmare. And I'm simming these games while, like, aggressively refreshing Twitter and MLB trade rumors for Ohtani stuff. So I'm, like, getting double pissed that the Ohtani to Toronto thing was a tease, while also just losing games left and right. But we do win 7, 6, and 10 here. We'll go box score by box score here. Skubal, solid, does give up 4, but only 2 were earned. Good job, Carrasco. Now you're making errors. Now, did he add 5 range? Current defensive rating did go up. I think he added 5 range. I think he was 50 when we got him. I'll take straight 55s. That works, even though he just made an error. I don't care. I'll take that. But anyway, Skubal, 6 innings, 4 runs, only 2 earned. Not bad. McClanahan goes 8, gives up 3, but then Duran and Gallegos got smoked. Torque hit his 31st. Green hit his 8th. Buxton hit his 20th. And Josh Young, which I can actually say because that's the right one this time, hit his 10th. The Young brothers are battling here. All right, so then game 2. Give me another win. Just give me the series outright, like right away. And then we can go for a sweep. Please. I would love that. Nope, 7-6 the other way. So back-to-back 7-6 games and another late inning, another game with late inning dramatics here. Wow, look at this game chart. So we scored 3 in the first. They get 2 in the third. We get 3 more in the fourth. So we're up 6-2, feeling good. 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. They make it 6-4 in the 8th. Okay, not the end of the world. Bam, they get 7-6 in the 9th. Unbelievable. It was Ryan Jeffers' second homer of the day. A 3-run shot off Abner Uribe. He allowed 2 of Teodo's runners and 1 of his own, of course. That's tough. Carrasco went yard, at least his first for us. Mendoza hit his 15th. All right, well, did you expect anything less than a rubber match? Game 3, what do we got? Son of a gun. I think this is Cortez for them. And we get 2-1 wins. So 3 one-run games. What an electric series this would have been. Gavin Stone. Oh, whoa, he was already ready already? What? What the hell? I mean, I'm not mad, but I didn't expect him to be ready. Maybe I just miscalculated. I thought he was going to have to go against Cleveland, but he is ready. He goes 6 shut piece. Battles Cortez, who went 5 1/3, 2 runs. Not a bad outing himself. Elpidio did give up a run, but Adames went yard. He also hit a double. Jace Young drove in the other run, and we get a 2-1 dub. That's nice. That's a nice little series win there. Okay, so that gets us back on track. We like to see it. And now they're starting to send us some of these premium guys here because I have some team needs. And I was asking for higher end players. So I'm not blaming the computer, even though it is funny when they just throw you some giant name and they're like, hey, this is pretty good, right? And you're like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but do you have any suggestions beyond that? They're like, nah, not really. I want to look up this Andre Madugno guy. Was he on our list? Okay, yeah, he was a draft target. So I feel like, I think I took him with Vancouver. Because I recognize the hell out of this name. I think we took him and he did not pan out. So this is another, well, when did he get picked in this universe? In this universe, he was 25th pick overall in 2024. I think we took him even higher with Vancouver, and he just wasn't very good. Freddie Pacheco. Wait, this is our own guy? Or it was our own guy, wasn't he? Yeah. We moved on from him because of his health. And what is this then? Oh, this is an independent league, and they're letting us know that he might be available. Is he still on a short list for us? Yep, there you go. Top prospects. Don't really think he's one of our top prospects anymore. Okay, so I guess now we need to figure out, is there going to be anything to do at the deadline? Because I don't know what assets we have to give. Like, I don't know where to make the improvements right now. You know, can we really go out and get a catcher that is markedly better than Dingler without giving a ton? Probably not, because he has the amazing defense still. I know his bat has sucked this year, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, I hate that phrase. I hate when I even use it, but like, there's just not much to be done. I don't think we're upgrading at catcher. Torque's a god. We're not upgrading there. Jace Young, I almost said it. Shut up. Jace Young, a name I've never messed up, is having a rough season. You know, he's hemorrhaged some scouting, particularly in January there when he was undercut, and that really took him from like a you know, just above, not firmly above average guy to like a firm average or below type guy. So that's a bummer, and it's playing out that way. So that's kind of crappy, but he's still just 25. I don't want to give up on him, and I don't know how much of an upgrade we'll be able to get. Like, do we trade him to upgrade second base? I don't know. And we can't trade a bunch of prospects because we don't have any. Carrasco, can he get going a little? Can he at least start taking walks? Like, it's one thing to be sucking and not hitting well, but can you at least get your 75i going? The one reason we brought you in, my goodness. O'Neal Cruz has been great. We love to see that. Adames at short, so third and short is covered. Our outfield is the strength of the team. So, I mean, I don't know where we make a tangible upgrade. I'm not saying that these guys are above being replaced. It's just the cost to make a definitive improvement on them is going to be too high. That's the point here. Not that these guys can't be improved upon. Of course they can. I don't know if having pinch hitters over here necessarily matters. Like, the game won't know what to do if you don't put them over there, but I might as well put the guys in their proper spot there. Parker Meadows can be the pinch runner. We don't even want Javier Baez to be a pinch hitter. He has a whopping 18 plate appearances this year in 18 games. We are just burying him, and he's super pissed about it, and I'm sorry, I don't care. All right, so how many more games is there for this suspension? Okay, one more. All right, let's do the Cleveland game. Let's get to the deadline day, just to kind of get Ashby back in order and all that too. Hopefully it's a win. I'd like to see a dub. No, it's a 7-5 loss. Sweet. All right, let's consider Juan Estrada. Let's not. I mean, he's a prospect, and that's fine. Although I thought I asked for prospects that were patient. He has a 45i potential, so it's not a good recommendation. All right, let's go back to the pitching. Put Monion back in the bullpen. Do we have a righty? Boy, this is interesting now. Do we have a righty that we want as a true stopper? I mean, it should be Teodo, but he's just been kind of sketchy. 14% walk rate will do that, But we'll go ahead and put him in. You know what? We'll just do setup. I mean, he'll pitch in high leverage, but I'm not gonna put it as the secondary role. PDO will be the only high leverage designated guy right now. All right, so then we're looking at the pitching, and I don't think we see major upgrades here either. Some of the guys have gotten rocked in that run here against Seattle and Cincinnati and Washington. So the ERAs, there's 3 of them above 4 now. I'm not too worried about it. Our staff ERA is still first in the league. Our bullpen is 4th. Pitching remains the strength. The hitting, the same flaws that we had are still there. And now, I guess it is the 31st, we can do the check-in. So our average has dropped to 249. That's a 4-point dip. And now we're ranked 12th. Our OBP has dropped 6 points to 315. That is also 12th. And our slug, has dropped 13 points to 433. But that's 6th in the league, so that's not terrible. We went from 3rd to 6th. But, I mean, it is bad, though, because we needed that 3rd place ranking to really carry the average in OBP. So that is a bit of a bummer. And we're 9th in walks, 12th in strikeouts, so those things still remain an issue. And it's not terribly surprising that we strike out a bunch. We have 1 green in strikeouts, and we got him 10 minutes ago with Carrasco. Everybody else is 50 or below. So I can't sit here and be like, wow, why do we strike out so much? And then for though, I can be a little bit like, why don't we take effing walks? Because more than half of the guys are green, which means 55 and above. And it's all the starters. The guys that aren't Like our worst guy is Baez at 35. Who cares? He never plays. Parker Meadows at 45. He's not even a starter anymore. He's a backup outfielder. Arelvis is a bench guy. Mendoza's at 50 and he plays, but so that's one starter with a 50i. So the team's just underperforming there. And I don't really get it. So I don't know, y'all. I gotta be honest. I think we ride with what we got. I don't really see a lot of moves that I want to do. Now we're gonna get to the deadline here, and if something pops up and a team has something that they want to offer us, then I'll be open to at least looking at it. I'm not going to shut anything down outright, but I'm going to be surprised if anything really comes up that I want to do. We got a trade proposal here. What do we got? Jeremiah Jackson is not interesting to me. He's an okay utility guy, but he doesn't have the plate skills I would want. He has a 35 contact hard pass. He's a utility with second, third, short, left, right. That's cool, but it's not enough to get me excited. Would Felix Amparo help our ball club? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, again, they're looking for prospects with big eye, which was basically what I suggested. Team needs, I put infield utility, patient, with good potential. And then all positions, power hitters with good potential. Maybe we'll do good current, and we'll do patient. But we'll move the age up, because I'll bring in an older guy. Maybe that's what we need to be more open to as well. Maybe we can find a rental of a veteran stud who can come in, just kind of do his thing for the second half and help us out. Now, I don't know if I want it to be an all or nothing guy like Schwarber, because I'm not going to want to use him in October. So I don't think he's quite the fit. I'm looking for more something like a Matt Chapman, although his 45 contact, 40 avoid K is a scary profile. Garver? He's not hitting for shit this year. Wow. Boy, I'm just not seeing it, y'all. Chas McCormick? We just don't need outfield. Rendon making all that money. How many more years does he have? Oh, this is the last year. I mean, if we could maybe get him for free. By the way, I see Jazz here. I tried. It would take the world. And that's okay. I understand. Except that he is a rental. So I'm a little annoyed that they're like, give us Torkelson and something. It's like, no. Let's do Job. See what that does. Okay, Job gets us a decent list. Now let's go young. Pull Job off and then do a make this work. And then it's Job or Torkelson. Okay. Well, we don't want to do that, obviously. What if we go Orelvis and Vasquez? All right, that expands the list, but not to names that we want. Yeah, he's still just too expensive. I checked in on him at the beginning of the month. I mean, he looks great. He's not having a huge season, but I mean, he's got a great offensive profile. Strikes out a little bit much, but I'll take the 60 contact, 65 homer, 60i. Plays all over. Not a great infielder, more of an outfielder, which again we don't need. So even if the players were lining up, I still would be nervous about doing this with doing a deal for Jazz. And yeah, he is a free agent. So I don't know. I don't really see anything, y'all. I'm just not sure it's there. What about Goldie? Where the hell would I put him would be the obvious question, but I guess he could DH. Now he's with Cleveland. Are they doing well this year? Okay, they're chasing us half game back. Yeah, I don't think they would trade Goldie. I mean, they're silly, like real life Cleveland. They kind of do wild shit, so maybe they would, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't trade. Even though he's 38, he's still been a badass for them, so we're not even going to try to get him. I think that would be a little disingenuous of like how real life would go. And we don't always have to perfectly match real life, by the way. And I'll take players from division foes and things like that, but I think in this instance, undercutting them when they're a half game behind us, what do they even want? They probably want the world anyway. Joe Perez or Torque, which means we could probably construct a package, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So again, I'm just looking, and I'm looking, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing the fit. Oh, our old friend Austin Meadows. We just don't need outfield right now. You know, as I look around, Nathaniel Lowe, like we don't really need first base either. Ha-Sung Kim? What about Ha-Sung Kim? Oh, click on Gavin Sheets twice, though. That's pretty cool. Ha-Sung Kim has been great in a tiny sample. He's pretty pedestrian, though. He's yellow all over. His defense isn't even that sharp anymore, so that's kind of a bummer. He's a favorite of mine in real life, but looks like this run out has not been super kind to him. And he's 30, so, meh. But yeah, I keep coming back to the fact that I'm just not sure I'm going to see something that works. You know what? I'm going to at least see what they'd want to do. Keeping 75% of Rendon. Yeah, they're giving him away. I mean, would it be worth it? Let's look at Rendon again here. He has not done well this year. He has an 81 WRC plus, 97 last year, 87 the year before. OBP last year was 351. He just didn't have any power. This year it's down to 305 because his BABIP has cratered down to 253. I mean, we would start him against lefties for sure. But where? DH? And then we take out Carrasco, the guy we traded Watanabe for. I can't get there. I'm going to ride with the crew we got, y'all. We got enough eye. They just need to be better. So, sorry for the uneventful deadline. I know people like trades. They're fun to watch. I love when I'm watching Sims and a bunch of trades happen. But I just don't think it's there for us. And even on the pitching side, where I would never say that we're, unable to make additions, we're not so set that we can't possibly add, but we also have some guys in the minors that could come up, particularly like for the bullpen. Now, if we needed a starter, that would be different. But I also think we got some guys in the minors that could fill that role too. So I think we sit tight all together. I think we made our big move. Right now, it's currently blowing up in our face, but we did get a pitcher in addition to Carrasco. So right now, Gavin Stone has to kind of be the guy to make this trade good. Watanabe, 135 WRC plus, making us look really stupid. Kevin Alcantara, he's been whatever with Houston. And then Ty Madden, probably in AAA. Oh, no, he's in the majors. Oh, great. He's dominating out of the bullpen. All right. Now you just make me look stupid. Okay, so I think we're gonna call it there. Let's see if any deals are happening. Oh, we got another proposal. Isn't this German Marquez deal from Philly? German Marquez at 31, he has 35 movement. Get out of here. From Magdiel Cotto. Nah. I'm just not seeing the deals, y'all. Minnesota traded Bailey Ober and a minor leaguer named Carlos Gonzalez. Not that one. For Nolan Gorman. Oh, nice little power infusion. That's a nice trade there. Like a legit pitcher for a legit bat. Okay. Eduardo Rodriguez goes from Houston to the White Sox for Derek Schaefer. That's just kind of a dump. Are the White Sox any good? I don't think so, because I know Cleveland's chasing us and Minnesota's right there. No, I guess they're right there too, 51 and 52, so they're fine. I mean, our whole division, we're 3 games over, so who am I talking shit about a team that's 1 game under? How dare I? Domingo Herman going for Andy Pajes, big-time power guy from the Dodgers. Matt McClain got traded for Keaton Wynn, but this Matt McClain is not like present-day Matt McClain, who is quite a bit better than this. All right, well, we'll see if any other deals come through. I guess we'll finish the month. You know what? We'll finish it on the player development report. Let's go ahead and sim past the deadline. See if we can win this second game in Cleveland. We'll look at the player dev report, and then we'll bounce. Put a wrap on episode 24. Hopefully by the time I do episode 25, even if I record it tonight, hopefully Shohei is somewhere else. Toronto, maybe. I don't really have a dog in the fight. You know, he's not signing with Detroit. I just think Toronto would be fun because it's so out of left field. And everyone was like, and myself included, by the way, I'm not shading anybody, but we were all like, definitely going to the Dodgers. Don't just pencil it in, ink it in. And it looks like we might be wrong. So that could be really fun. All right, let me pull up the development report. See what we got. Carrasco lost some contact, which I think we knew. Osorio with another big jump. Okay, this guy, the computer tipped us off, and I told you all about this when they were asking for him for Sandy Alcantara. They kind of let us know that this guy might become something. Now, his performance still isn't there. He's actually been wretched. Maybe I skipped him a level and I shouldn't have because he didn't do well in Lakeland. And then I skipped West Michigan and sent him right to Erie. And he's not doing well again. So maybe we go back to West Michigan. And it's going to piss him off, but like, he's already pissed. So how much more pissed can he get? But we'll give him a better chance to succeed. Pierce Bowles adds some velo. Always love seeing a pitcher add some velo. Brandon Winokur gets a little boost. Kason Cunningham jumps up again. He's been interesting with some recent scouting. Couple jumps in a row there. Paul Farley got a velo boost. Probably needs to be graduated out of rookie league, even though he's not performing well. I mean, he's a 45, 40, 40 as a 21-year-old rookie. Like, come on. That can probably go to West Michigan. I mean, he kind of is who he is. Like, he's not going to develop a ton more, but we'll move him there. He at least moves from angry to very unhappy. That is a slight improvement. And hey, look, Sean Gamble, contact up, power up, defense up. There we go. There we go. A little positivity from Gamble. Dorado's movement goes up. Hippolito Manos, his power potential drops. That was a big signing for us. Jesus Geraldo's power drops, unfortunately, but small little. I mean, at the complex league, I'm barely even paying attention to those because those guys are going to be all over the place until they really start to get some gameplay going. All right, so we'll go ahead and cap it there. An uneventful deadline, but a disastrous post-break setup. We did win that last game 9-3. Enriquez wasn't great, 4 2/3, 3 runs, but it was enough because Connor Menez was bad. Pablo Aliendo went yard for his first of the year, and Riley Green popped 2, his 9th and 10th. Riley Green had 4 hits on the day. Aliendo and Carrasco each had 3. There you go, Carrasco. He went 3 for 5 to raise his average to 202 with us. Wow. You know things are going bad when you have 3 hits in a short sample, right? 108 plate appearances is not a big sample. A 3-hit day only boosts you up to 202. That's how you know things aren't going well. So we end up 11-15 in July. And to this point now, we have 3 sub 500 months and 1 magic month of May. Are we frauds? Maybe. But maybe not because of our pitching. I'm going to lean toward that. We're going to be in the stretch run. Based on the way this season's going, we're probably looking at another September run out where we're going to go series by series. If we somehow have an August similar to our May and we pull away, then the next episode might start, somewhere like September 17th, this off day right here, and then I just run out the last 2 weeks with y'all. But if it keeps going the way it's been going and we're either out of first or, narrowly ahead, then we're going to do a run out again like we did last September and go through each series, which, by the way, I want to see how many times we play Minnesota. Just once. What about the White Sox in Cleveland? Not at all. Oh, but we end with 3 in Chicago against the White Sox. Those could be key. Okay. Well, until then, hit a like, hit a subscribe. If you're a Toronto fan, you could be getting excited about about Ohtani. And if you're a Dodgers fan, well, I don't know, make better decisions.